Hi, I'm here today to give you a short review on how to use Google Forms. You can find Google Forms along with all the other Google apps in ClassLink. The tab for this one is purple. When you go to Google Forms and you first open it up, you'll see the little purple page over here on the left, a blank box that says Untitled Form here, and then the icons across the top. So the first thing you'll want to do is to go in and name your form. I'm going to call this one Class Quiz. Then you can see at first you'll have just this box here. It'll give you the chance to show a short description as to what you're doing. So if you go to a blank one, you will see it's purple here. Choose a form. Untitled, untitled. So make sure that the first thing you do is give it a title. I'm going to call mine Class Quiz. When you click on this down here, it automatically adds the same name. And you'll see there's a blank button here that says Untitled Question. Right underneath the title of the form, you have some text options. You can bold, italicize, underline, add a link, or reset all formatting. You can give a short form description, and then down here is where you will start adding your questions. Now, if you want to use Google Forms for a test or a quiz, that is a really good use for it. If you set it up as a test or a quiz and you provide the answers, then Google Forms will automatically grade it for you. So in order to do that, you're going to see across the top right here, there are three little tabs. There's questions, responses, and settings. Before you start doing anything else after you name it, you want to go to settings. And you want to decide if you want to make this a quiz. If you do that and you give it the point values and the set correct answers, it will automatically provide feedback and tell you what the students make on the quiz or test. So in order to turn that on, you just toggle this button on. Everything will now turn purple. You can see here when you want to release your grades. You can do it immediately or after manual review. Usually, if you might have a couple of students who have not taken this assignment yet, you might want to choose the second one. Right, this next section here is very important. If you are using this for a test or a major grade or a quiz grade, and you want students to only be on the one site, you need to make sure you turn on what's called locked mode. When this is turned on, that means that students cannot open any other tabs or applications while they're taking this quiz. If they do open anything else, you will get an email immediately saying, this child has left the test or the quiz and has opened another tab or application. And at that point, if you have already told them that they can only have this one thing open or it's cheating, then you have proof that they tried to open another site, and you can do whatever you do for giving a grade for someone who is cheating or not following the rules. But this is a handy little feature that will allow you to turn it on so that they can't just go online and maybe Google the answers. Down at the bottom, you have respondent settings. These are for your students or what the respondent will see. If you turn this one on, they can see which questions were answered incorrectly. This one will allow them to see what the correct answers are after grades are released. And this one for point values will allow them to see the total points available and the points that they received for each question. Right, this next one is very important. Normally the default question point value is set at 2. You can change it to whatever you want to change it to for your particular form. So, for example, if I was going to make a form that had 10 questions and I wanted it to be worth 100 total points, then we would do 10 points. Down here, I've got a couple of other options, but usually most people leave all of this on the default. It's going to automatically take the children's emails anyway. You can go to responses. If it's on locked mode, then they can only take it one time. If you want students to be able to do more than one try, make sure you turn off locked mode. You can come down here and limit it to one response. You can turn that off. So now students can take this quiz or test more than once. Normally I leave all of this on and just see how they do the first try, but that is entirely up to you. That is personal preference. All right, once you have all of your settings set up, you go back to the questions and you'll go down here to the bottom and it says untitled question. You will type in your question. Once you type in the question, you can see over here that you have answer choices. If you click down, you'll see all of these different choices that you can use. Probably the ones that are going to be used most often at the middle school and high school levels will be multiple choice, check boxes, paragraph, or short answer. Some people like to use drop down, and that's perfectly fine. If that's something you want to add in, you can. Right now, let's add a multiple choice. Once we choose that, we come down here, we start adding our answer options. Sorry. Wrong thing. Okay, once you add in your answer choices, you can see that there's some down here that says add option or add other. You just leave that alone. If you typed in something wrong and you're not happy with your answer choices, come all the way over here to the right and click the X and it will remove it. When you're happy with what you've got here, you should see in the bottom left-hand corner a little blue check mark and the words answer key. When you click on this, this will allow you to choose the correct answer. You choose the answer that's right, it will put a green check mark, and you click done. This question is already turned on as a retired question. Now you go over here to this little bank of icons. The plus sign will let you add another question. And then you can go over here and again choose the type of questions you want to use. So let's say we want to use a drop down. We're going to do answer key. And we're going to save it. All right. Go back and add the question again and just keep typing until you get them all in. Any of these questions that have a specific correct answer will be graded automatically. Now, if you do add in a question that is a paragraph, you will have to go in and grade this one yourself, because if you type in anything that varies the least little bit from what the student puts, it will count it wrong. So it's probably going to count it wrong automatically. You just ignore that. When you go in to do your settings and your responses later, you can change the points